Hello，大家好，欢迎来到园林区直播间，我是本次活动的主持人慕容，欢迎大家参与我们本期的 Dfinity 专场特别活动。在本期的活动呢，我们邀请到了 Dfinity 上的优质项目来做客园林区直播间，与大家一起探讨如何围绕 Dfinity 构建更好的 IC 生态。那最近 Dfinity 生态中最能激起大家热情的话题，就是前不久 Supernova 全球黑客松正式开幕，它的奖金池价值就是高达$600万哈，是名副其实的开发者们的天堂。那对于准备参与或者正在构建 Web3 的开发者来说，Dfinity 背后重大的科学和技术的突破，为开放互联网服务和跨行业的融合，创造了非常有利的一个环境，也可以称之为是构建 DeFi 游戏 NFT social 平台和元宇宙等等项目最方便、快捷，然后低门槛的一个底层的公链。那这些显著的优势也促使了生态上新兴多样的 DApp 不断的增长。那我们期待 Supernova 全球黑客松后会诞生更多的既有创意，然后又能落地的优质应用。本期的开放日呢，我们就率先来看看构建在 Dfinity 上的 NFT 和元宇宙的项目。在本期的 Dfinity 特别专场活动呢，我们请到了来自 KVERSO 和 The Island Collective， 还有来自 DogFinity 以及 Go Bazinga 带来的项目分享，来听听他们是如何在 Dfinity 上面构建自己的这个艺术的世界。So, hello everyone, I'm Dolores. Welcome to our fourth open day of Fourth Web3 community. We are a non-profit community, and now there are not the only public chains project here, but also ecological developers and builders rely on different chains. So we welcome everyone to speak out through our platform and promote the development of Web3 together. Thank you for joining us at the fourth open day where we're going to talk about everything Web3 and the future of the internet. We're also a best place to launch or discover the brand new products in Web3 world. Today, I'm so happy to have you here with us, and we're going to talk about the contributors within the internet computer ecosystem, as well as some questions in our panel. On this fourth open day, which is a specific event of the Dfinity Series, will welcome a bunch of quality NFT and metaverse project parties on Dfinity. So first of all, I'd like to have our guests introduce themselves briefly. Our first guest is from the KVERSO Operation Manager, Andre. Will share about the DeFi by Nobody. Welcome to the KVERSO world, which supports various land assets, pet systems, and 3D avatars and artworks. Andre, over to you. Could you please introduce yourself briefly to our audience?
Hi everyone. So my name is Andre, the marketing operator for Project KVERSO. And our project is basically a NFT slash plus metaverse project. We have a lot of things developing and we are actually launching our first set collection of our KVERSO NFT on June 1st, which is tomorrow. So maybe like just less than 12 hours later, probably.
Okay,
and yeah, and we'll be mintable on our official website and CCC, but the first launch, well, on June 1st until June 2nd, will only be open for whitelists, and then afterwards, on June 3rd, it will be a public launch for everyone. And so our team, our KVERSO collection, which includes 10,000 portraits selected according to world ethnicities. And we also have 2% of the characters selected, created, to show our support for diversity groups. We also
that's amazing.
Yeah, thank you. And we are also building a gallery with Gate.io recently, and it will be launched really soon. And I believe some of our KVERSO NFTs will be up for auction when the gallery is launched. Our partners in the gallery also includes Skate, Doodoo or Dodo, and Dfinity, because Dfinity will be implemented as a transaction method in the
Oh, wow,
gallery, which is really
that's
cool.
really amazing. So happy to have you here with us. So
Thank you, thank you.
Andrew will be our first guest. So we will looking forward to your sharing.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, yeah. The next one is a co-founder of the Island Collective, Magic. Yeah, Magic will share about the VR metaverse on IC. So the island and immersive tropical paradise. So Magic, we would love to hear your introduction as well.
Sure. So my name is Magic. I'm a co-founder of the Island Collective, and today I would like to tell you a little bit more about what we've been building this year and where we are. I'll talk a little bit about the roadmap, and there is a little surprise at the end.
Okay, great. Really excited about you here. And yeah, and the next guest is DogFinity Team will share us about a movement for the IC. So the DogFinity tend to build one of the strongest communities among the IC NFT products. Love to you hear your product introduction to our Chinese audience online.
Thank you for having us. Yeah, I'm one of the founders of DogFinity, and DogFinity is much more than just an NFT collection. It's a movement trying to raise awareness of the internet computer and trying to speed up adoption of the internet computer. But of course, we have NFTs, and our NFTs are at the core of the movement. We just launched and sold out the collection 20 days ago on Interpol. And we just released our first exclusive airdrop yesterday. So really excited to talk more about DogFinity, to talk about the internet computer. We have amazing guests here as well. Looking forward to hear everyone.
Wow, awesome. Oh, we're looking forward to your sharing as well. And last but not least, welcome our co-founder, Go Bazinga, Rich. Go Bazinga is a social media platform built on the Dfinity. Rich, could you please introduce yourself briefly to our audience?
Thank you so much, Dolores, for the kind introduction. I am Rishi, the co-founder of GoBazinga. We are a decentralized short video social media platform on the internet computer. So you can just imagine, something like a TikTok, but running on different nodes and with community governance. We have a few, different features from the existing TikTok, app as well. Would love to talk about all the different things that we are doing at GoBazinga while I give out the presentation. Thank you so much, Dolores.
Okay, that's really awesome. It's our pleasure to have you guys with us today. OK，那好的，话不多说，就有请我们的嘉宾来开始精彩的分享。So let's move on the sharing from our guests, and really eager to hear you how they built their artwork on Dfinity. Firstly, we can start with the sharing from Andrew. Andrew, please do your presentation right now. Yeah, I will stop my presentation. Yeah, you can share your screen.
Okay, I release it. 1 second.
Okay.
Oops. Yeah, have you seen it?
Not yet. Yeah, we can see it. Okay, we can see it. Please start. Yeah.
Yeah, so KVERSO, it's a 3D project on IC, and it supports various land systems, which is composed of 256 times 256 pieces of land. It partnered with the Kuno system, which is our pet system, providing avatar systems, artwork demonstrating UGC plus PGC socialization, and also museum functions. The shortcomings of the traditional gaming market is that the inability to use money in games and in real life, and despite a huge amount of time spent, virtual assets are not being able to validate in real life wealth, low value of imagination and creativity, also low value found in games due to uncomplicated gaming methods and economic systems. But in KVERSO, we have such solutions. By profit making, we have the pet system, create to earn, and gaming functions that we are planning to develop. And you can share your artworks in your museum with other citizens in our metaverse, which we call them kenners. Our NFT assets, including land, pets, artworks, permanent ownerships. And we might also launch the pet battling system, which we are still discussing. With battling skills that have, be calculated nicely and with artifacts. And we plan to create a diversified universe, which we will allow, minority groups, people with different gender, people with disabilities, or any other, just everyone. We just try to include everyone in our metaverse. And our market scale, according to the chart, sorry. And as you can see, the market revenue will accelerate from 2021 to 2028. The compound annual growth rate is 44.1%. And our targeting markets are North America, Europe, etc. Pretty much to the whole world, as our game will come in multiple languages. Our technologies, including, IP addresses, as in on IC, blockchain storage methods all on IC, and our wallet will be using Cycles wallet. Our front-end framework are VUE, database using Electron, languages, TypeScript, and with Unity 3D engine, which is what we are using for our gallery with Gate. Our backend, we're using Java, Node, and database, we're using MySQL, Cloud Service, AWS, and Cloudflare for CDN. Our tools, including Unity 3D again for games, and our front end is VS Code, back end VS Code and IDEA. Our product, we have 10,000 pieces of land in total, which are rare and composed of 7,650 of 1x1 in size, 2,000 of 2x2 in size, 300 of 4x4 in size, and 50 of 8x8 in size. And our lands are all created by algorithms. Lands in green area are private, which those in mist green are forests and lakes. Users can capture pets unboundly in forests and lakes too. Our product, for land, including apartments, mansions, and commercial areas. You can open a random level of land, hidden inside of the box, and you will have a chance of obtaining a high level of land with a low cost. And you will 100% get an apartment, 50% of mansion, and 3% of commercial center. And here, this is our avatar, our Kenna avatar, made by our high polygon models, which is our self-build models, self-rendering too. You can customize their look, their dress, and everything, pretty much everything you can customize and their appearance in the metaverse. And another thing is that this is playable in our official website, which I'll demonstrate later, just in after this PPT. But it's an offline demo, so you can only just you can walk around and see how our metaverse might look like in the future, but it will not be the final product. Yep, and here is how it will look like when you dress them up, and you can pinch their face, you know, their body, anything you like. We also are building a mobile demo too, a mobile version. We already have a mobile demo, which is available on our Twitter. And here is our 3D avatar. We have a GIF of this, and it's in one of our Medium articles. The video is not playable right now, but you know, you can always check the Medium article and take a look. The links are all in our official Twitter account in the description. Oh yeah, it's playable now. Yeah, you can take a look. We have male, female, and cross-gender Kenna avatars too. And here is again of what I said earlier. On our official website, you can experience our metaverse. We call it the K universe. You can choose a male and female for now, and we'll add in more character selections when we launch the actual product. Here is a little demo of it. Oops. Okay, so the next thing is our product. This is the mobile app we're gonna have. We're gonna have mobile app with a metaverse on mobile, also with socializing functions, chat functions. You can meet friends and talk to your friends on it. The virtual appearance system. You know, after you set up an account, your gender is selected. Well, you don't have to select your gender if you don't want to. Followed by our character customization. And our product. This is our create to earn that we are trying to build. We are thinking of it. So the UGC and PGC system, you can unlock your potentials and create value artworks with your imagination. Yeah, upload your work on our application, and it takes a few days for us to, you know, review, make sure there's nothing illegal or nothing, you know, offensive, and you can become one of our artists and start selling your artworks. And here is one of our dress. This dress is also included in one of our Caddy NFT, which will be launching on June 1st too. Pre-mint is on June 1st, but the public launch will be 2 days later, which is June 3rd. And here is a museum. This is a museum in the metaverse, not the gallery we are making with Gate. I will try to show the gallery in a bit. if it's loaded. Yeah. And as you can see, you can display everyone will have a museum. First of all, you can display all of your artworks, your earnings, and your clothes accessories in the museum, and you can trade. People can come in, take a look, and place a bid, and you can see if you want to sell it. This is the social application I was talking about. So on the left, this little universe will be entering the metaverse, and then there is this little chat bubble where you click it and then you can start chatting with your friends. And we are also having a lot of collaborations with other projects. I believe this is a panda guy that we built for other projects. And this is a game scene in our metaverse. Not the final product, but just a preview. And this is our house. We also, the cool thing is we'll also allow people to customize their houses along with the building material and the outlooks, everything. Here is a little video of it. Yeah. And then here are some houses we have, some buildings we have, and later on you can decide to sell it or trade it. Here is the economic system framework that we have right now, but we are trying to better it. Every time we have a meeting and we might ask system to take off something, but here is the framework for now. So UGC design artworks, and then to art sharing, the low gas fee won't be high, and the land system also and Kuno system also belongs to a part of the art sharing, and art sharing goes to KVERSO and then back to UGC, which we have an on-chain and off-chain economics that we are thinking of. We might also work with some offline brands, such as those fashion brands. I will not name them since we're not cooperating with them yet, but you can think of it. And we are cooperating with some online fashion brands, such as Dodo, Doodoo. I don't know how you guys call it. And they will also be in our gallery too. We have built a 3D model with the project, and it's in the gallery. You can purchase it too. Our roadmap for Reason roadmap. We have a new one on Twitter, so this one is kind of old. So on 2021, Q4, we released the official website and developed land transaction systems and virtual appearances. 2022 on Q1, we released land and virtual appearance functions, developing the applications. And 2022 Q2, we released the pet system along with the KVERSO test version, which is on the website. You just click the world and you can test it. And we plan to, officially put KVERSO online on 2022 Q3, whether on mobile or on web. We're still deciding. And here is what we have achieved. So we have achieved our metaverse demo, and the lands we have, allocated and designed it already. NFT, virtual chat, pet system, virtual appearances. And in future, we will start achieving our socializing and entertainment land functions, consumption services, adding real life elements to our KVERSO universe, full connection between real world and KVERSO, integration of virtuality and reality by 2030. And that's pretty much it. Also, I will try to see if I can show you guys our gallery with gate, which is really cool. But it's still loading. So maybe later in the meeting, I'll try, but not now. Something wrong with my computer. The Wi-Fi isn't working really well. And I have good news is that we are launching our Happy NFT tomorrow, which the premium price will be 20 ICP, and the price on the public mint, which is on June 3rd, will be 25 ICP. And one Happy NFT includes 4 digital assets, other 4 digital assets, which is clothing, accessories. So by minting 1 Happy NFT, you will receive 5 NFTs in total. And stay updated. And the mint day is coming. There are some information on our official Twitter. You can take a look, and it's also mintable on the official website tomorrow. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Thanks, Andrew. Amazing. That's really amazing. The 3D style NFT portraits. I think it's really real in the market at present. So, as Andrew have mentioned, KVERSO will become one of the infrastructure for cyberspace human life in the future. We love to see the progressive development in the KVERSO community to create more public, eco, and diversified art to break through network barriers and finally realize the usage of the digital assets across all networks. So before we move on, I'd like to explain for our audience. So, 就像我们刚才嘉宾 Andre 所分享的，那刚才 Andre 也有给我们展示这个KVERSO 的一个3D 的一个 avatar， 还有他们的游戏的就是界面，还有包括像艺术Art Gallery 这样子的一个界面哈，那也为我们展示了 roadmap 等等。那他们 KVERSO 呢，就是将要成为一个 Web3 世界里面未来人类生活的一个基础设施之一哈。它据我所知，它是包括有2个部分的，一个就是KBI 和这个 KUniverse 社区。比如说可以就像刚才 Andre 所分享的这种定制的 NFT 和人物形象等等，还有就是一个基于区块链 NFT 和3D 这样形象的一个去中心化的社交游戏和创作的共享的元宇宙空间。那可以说是刚才我们所看到的这样的3D 形象的 NFT。它所带来的是一种高度的差异化，以及一种可以说是技术壁垒啊，让我们可以看到 KVERSO 能够在Web3 中的 NFT 和 metaverse 领域得到更加繁荣的发展。Thanks, Andrew, again. Okay, so let's move on. The next guest 来自 The Island Collective Magic 分享 VR massive on SAP. So, Magic, please do your presentation right now. I will stop sharing. Okay.
Excellent. Okay, thank you for having me, Andrew. Fantastic presentation. I really enjoy your pitch deck, and the KVERSO metaverse looks like a nice project, and I hope you guys succeed. And I'm really looking forward for the release. By the end of the year, I'm definitely going to try it because it looks really interesting. So great. And okay, so now I'll try to talk about my project. So my name is Magic. I'm a co-founder of the Island Collective. And today I would like to tell you a little bit more about what we've been up after, how the development is going, and there will be a little demo at the very end that we can all try together. Okay, so the Island Collective is a decentralized metaverse that runs fully on the internet computer. And
Magic,
yes.
you can share your screen because we can't see your screen.
Okay. Let me. I just want to tell a little bit because. Can you see it?
Yes, we can see.
Okay, great. Let me just tell a few more things before I get into this. Island Collective is a decentralized metaverse running on the internet computer blockchain, and it's accessible from the VR headset, which is device like the one I'm kind of holding here. So you just need to put it on your head. You need to go to the web browser in your headset, and then you just need to go to the canister address, and you can access the experience directly. You don't need to download any software, any additional apps. You can just go there and enjoy the experience directly. So the project is still under development. We started at the beginning of this year in January 2022. We are kind of halfway through. We're planning to finish the project around end of the year, maybe November, December 2002. And to sort of track the progress of the project and to be able to share the progress with the community, we created this simple roadmap that I'm now sharing with you here. We've already managed to complete 2 phases, phase 0 and phase 1. In phase 0, we have proven that VR experience. We built a prototype of the VR experience that was running fully on ICP chain. So that's like a proof of principle that it's possible. Then in the phase number 1, we did like an initial island design, and we also implemented the kind of like first version of the VR multiplayer, and that's been done with a P2P peer-to-peer network using web RTC. So at the end of the phase 1, we have also released alpha version of the island, so you can try it yourself. So if you go to Twitter and if you find Island Collective profile, then here is the link to the canister. So you can just click that. Maybe I'm gonna take that link so you can guys. Where's the chat? Just gonna stop sharing for a little bit. Okay. So you can go to this link. And you can meet me on the island if you want. So, okay, so I hope you now see the island. So I'm using the desktop because you can access the experience from the desktop. You don't need to necessarily go to the VR. I'll just show you in the network on the desktop. So you can kind of explore island by yourself. You know, you can pick up objects, you can move them around. You know, you can play ball, throw it to the sky, whatever. And but if you want to connect with other people, you have to log into the multiplayer network. So just double click on the hand scanner. And then I don't know if any one of you is logging in at the moment. I can't see anyone. So if you want to
I am. But
okay, so if you click on the hand scanner, double click on the hand scanner, and then you should be able to see my avatar. Let's see. And you can use arrows or you can use WASD keys to kind of move around with your mouse, and you can pick up object with the mouse. Click on a anyway, I'll give you some time for that. So let's have a little cruise around the island. So yeah, you can pick up objects, you can kind of move them around. Here's like a tent with with some music. So we have a little bit of interaction here. So you can sort of put this cube on the top of the thing, like that, and you can have a dancing companion. So that's cool. Oh, I can see you. Here you are. Hello. So this is how the multiplayer works on the island. Hey, I'm behind you, bro.
I'm trying to find you, sorry.
So press T or press R on the keyboard. Do you now see me?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So
There
now we
we
can,
are.
so now we can try to pick the, you can just follow me. Maybe I'll show you the island around. So here's like a heart of the island. Doesn't have any functions yet, but it's there. You can go there. If you actually press and hold shift, you can run. So I'm just gonna go to this place. And here's like a, like kind of a dog station. So you can watch the sunset. It's really kind of romantic. You can go on a boat, you see, just watch the sunset. It's really nice and chilled. You have all the details, the textures here. You can see the wood grain. We're trying to kind of keep the nice quality and have a really smooth experience. So you can see the wood texture. Yeah, I can go this way. Hey, we can play basketball. It's really difficult on the desktop. It's better to use VR headset for that because it's sort of like you can throw the ball. There's a gravity. There's some collisions. The ball is bouncing. It's all great. So this is obviously not the final product. This is just a kind of alpha release, just to show the community that we're making a progress. It's a real thing. And here, if you find some bugs, you can report the bugs. You can double click on that, and then you will go to you can report any problems if you want. So that's it, really. We keep developing. We're gonna keep adding new spaces. I'm just gonna come back to the roadmap. Just turn it off. Okay, so we have completed phase number 1, and we've released that demo that you've just seen. And now we are focused on phase number 2, when we're trying to integrate the crypto wallet. We're aiming to integrate a plug wallet. So later on in our experience, people will be able to sort of make transactions, trade NFTs, whatever the wallet abilities gives you. And we also want to build 2 more places. So there will be Island Club, which is kind of like a club with you can play pool there. Maybe there will be some other games there. Also, we want to integrate the bowling alley, which we've done before as a proof of principle. And then after the phase 2, we're going to release another demo that people can try with the club and everything. And then in the phase number 3, we are planning to integrate some tokenization. We have an NFT collection to drop to our community. And in the phase 4, we're just going to sort of optimize all the performance, adding all the bonus features, not just trying to make experience as best as possible as we can. And yeah, and that's it, really. Oh, sorry. I wasn't sure if I was sharing my screen, actually. So yeah, we are at the phase 2 now, and we carry on development at the moment. So I think that's it for me. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Magic, for amazing presentation. That's really interesting, and I think it's really full of the magic product. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
thank you.
really yeah. Wait a
Thank you. I hope you
second.
guys enjoyed it. So yeah.
I
That's
love the
really
boat ride that we had. It was great view.
Okay. Thanks.
yes. That's really amazing. The Magic introduced us in details about the Island Collective, truly decentralized. Yeah, a truly decentralized VR experience built on the internet computer, allowing us to look and to feel and to be in that moment, right? We are looking forward. Yeah, we are looking forward more about the developer passion and marketing and community expansion and the amazing work that Island Collective team will create. Before we move on, I'd like to explain for our Chinese audience. May I? Magic 向我们详细介绍了刚才为我们展示了 Island Collective 一个去中心化的 VR 体验建立在 IC 上，那允许我们可以去身临其境的去看和感受那样一个元宇宙的空间。我们也是期待 Island Collective 团队有更多的开发者的扩展，然后市场和社区的一个更加有前景的发展以及更加具有创造性的成就。感谢 Magic，Thanks again Magic。Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let's move on the next guest. 好的，接下来有请我们的下一位嘉宾，来自 DogFinity Team 分享主题 A Moment for the IC. So next to let's welcome DogFinity Team. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Oh yeah. Oh, I stop sharing, and you can share your screen right now.
Okay. Let me share here. Can you see it?
Yes, we can see it. It's perfect.
Amazing. So first of all, I love the presentations of KVERSO and going to the island with Magic right now. I don't know if you could see my avatar there, but I also went to the boat and I tried to play basketball, but I couldn't, unfortunately. But yeah, super cool stuff, and it's great to see all these different metaverse environments coming to the IC, especially being so connected to the internet computer. Okay, so talking a bit more about DogFinity. DogFinity has its own NFT collections, which just sold out 20 days ago on Entrepot, but it goes much beyond a simple NFT collection. DogFinity is a community, a movement for the internet computer, and a Web3 brand. So when we speak about community, oftentimes what is the motor behind an NFT PFP collection with 10,000 avatars and so on. In our case, we have a little bit below 4,000. Is the community behind it? Is the ability of a team to attract a community of good people where more people want to be around, and then be able to create awareness for the NFT collection, for the product, and attract more people. And in our case, I think it's pretty simple to create such a strong community, because we have something that we are all very passionate about, which is the internet computer. So the DogFinity NFT collection is a collection of 3969 dogs, which are the early dogs, which are the ones who are early to the internet computer and thus early to Web3, right? And the dogs offer you a membership to the community and allow you to receive a lot of rewards as well. The first of that reward, for example, is the early dog trophies that were just airdropped yesterday. and are now listed on Entrepot with a floor of 98 ICP. And they are also one of probably the first collection on Entrepot bringing unique sounds to each NFT. So here we have on the bottom a few samples of the trophies. They are MP4 files bringing unique sounds to NFTs. So, but the purpose of bringing rewards to holders is that if we want to build a movement, we need to have a tight community, and we need to reward this community and reward the holders and keep everyone happy, right? That's how more people want to join our community, and that's how we can start a movement. But when we think about, okay, so what is the DogFinity movement and what is the movement for the internet computer? And instead of asking what a movement for the internet computer should be, I think it's nice to think about what the internet computer needs. And it's been a little more than a year over Genesis, and we see that we have a few obstacles that we need to address soon. For example, the lack of token standards, to enable DeFi integration, the DeFi ecosystem, BTC integration, and so on. And just overall to have more developers and more users, because that's what a blockchain is made for, right? A blockchain is just a network that's going to be at a settlement layer, and it's going to have a consensus layer to register all these transactions and offer this computation and storage for applications built on top of it to serve users, right? And for us, we deeply believe in the internet computer, so that's why we're here. We see that it's the blockchain which can scale to infinity, which can solve the transaction capacity and storage capacity, and basically offer for developers to build applications that cannot be built on any other blockchain. So it's much more than just a layer one. It's a breakthrough technology. So right. So I think that's the reason why most people come to the internet computer. But even though we believe in the technology and we believe we have something great here and that we're early to the internet computer, we don't see a lot of awareness of the ecosystem and of the blockchain, especially in Western social spaces, such as what we refer to crypto Twitter or Western crypto influencers and so on. There has been very little and meaningful discussion about the internet computer, where most people are focused on other blockchains, which have been able to promote themselves a little bit better, and but in most cases don't offer such breakthrough technology, right? So I think the point, to summarize what I said so far, is we deeply believe in the technology behind the internet computer, but we see an issue which is not enough awareness. So what we're trying to do is to create enough awareness, right? Awareness for users to come and start testing the products, and awareness for developers to come and start testing and start developing the products, right? Because that's the end goal. It's to have killer apps, to have amazing applications to serve these users. But for you to get there, you need first for people to be aware of the blockchain and what are the benefits of building the internet computer compared to other blockchains. For example, other blockchains might have more awareness, more funding available because VCs are more aware of it as well. So they might decide to build there, even though they could be building greater things in the internet computer. So our whole goal is to change this process, is to start attracting more attention to the internet computers, to attract users, investors, and developers, right? And here, this is just a sample of the message behind the movement, which is, for example, we put posters of DogFinity and the internet computer on the Google headquarters in San Francisco, over Harvard. We also put some billboards on Times Square in New York, asking the question to people if they are early to Web3, because as we were talking before, we really believe that the future of Web3 is in the internet computer, right? So okay, now we explained the reasoning behind the movement, why we're so passionate about the internet computer, what we want to do, but how can we achieve that? And first of all, to create awareness, it's much easier if you do that together with more people, with a strong community, instead of a single being on Twitter or on social media trying to create awareness. So that's why at the core of the movement are the DogFinity NFTs and all of our NFT collections. And that's what we started doing. So for example, members started putting posters on their universities. We started organizing Twitter spaces with community members, with developers of the community, discussing what we can do to start creating awareness. We started releasing YouTube videos. For example, the last YouTube video we uploaded reached 36,000 views in about a month or so, which is, I believe, a top 20 video if you search for internet computer on YouTube. And this was just the beginning. This was just everything pre-mint. And what we will keep pushing is keep delivering content, is keep creating dialogue inside the internet computer community, among developers, among users, and with developers from other blockchains. So we start, so developers can discuss their experiences developing on each blockchain, and this way we can start getting even more awareness. We have the DogFinity DAO, which has a community wallet where 30% of the mint proceeds went to, and where a significant share of secondary sales royalties are going to keep funding initiatives, and to the point where we are really empowering the internet computer to come up with initiatives on how can we grow this ecosystem further in terms of awareness. And to give such example, one of that is sponsoring more newsletter creators, YouTube influencers to cover the internet computer, because there's not much out there right now. We have recently partnered with a crypto YouTube channel, and they are working on a video on the internet computer where we helped create the script and provide the material to them. We're starting to discuss with some community members about platforms where we help users on board more quickly to the internet computer. And we have stuff from putting billboards on San Francisco targeted at devs that work at these big tech companies, so that they start learning about the internet computer and start considering here. And on the background, as we said, we're going to keep pushing content creation, such as YouTube videos or TikTok videos, Instagram reels and posts and so on, to facilitate the onboarding of more users and create awareness overall. At the same time, we are building a brand which is tied with all of this, right? Since we managed to gather a community of strong advocates for the internet computer and provide them with NFTs that they love, we started building merch as well. We have already shipped a few hoodies to early supporters, and our merch section on our website is going to be live very soon. And for example, DogFinity NFT holders have discounts to the merchandise, to these hoodies and so on, and we'll have access to exclusive merchandise as well. And we are starting to explore more and more digital wearables as well, and starting to build and discuss integrations with metaverse environments as well. So because, for example, we are exploring doing a new generation for our NFTs in 3D. So to have 3D dogs, and would start exploring integrating these dogs and all of our other collections, such as the trophies with metaverse environments. It's still early on. We are still very early in this process, but that's something which we are considering for the future. But I wanted to say that above all, we plan to be the place where people who want to come up with initiatives to grow the internet computer to come to be a member and to vote in the future, where we activate our DAO to start putting these initiatives out there, and for us to, as a community, to start organizing, creating more awareness, spotting problems that the internet computer needs to address in terms of developer problems or user problems, and put it out there. And at the same time, the team behind DogFinity is also working on some tools for the NFT ecosystem, where we're gonna open source most of it, and we start as well, like building to make the ecosystem better to onboard new developers and users. So I hope I managed to give a brief overview. You can wolf us. We're very active on Twitter, and here's our email as well. And we deeply believe that we are early to the internet computer. If we think about the NFT market in the internet computer, there's only around 11,000 unique buyers. And if you look at the recent minting in NFT launches, there has been only around 400 active people. So we're very small, and that's why we think right now we need to put more effort into attracting more users, more developers, more creators, so that the developers here, like the guests here who are building amazing applications, have a lot of customers and can provide a lot of value once we grow the user base, right? And that's it. But whenever we see something that we believe we can help, or in terms of awareness that the ecosystem is lacking, we're gonna start building initiatives to address that. So yes, I think I covered most of DogFinity, and thank you for inviting us. Hello.
Okay, okay. Well, that's really awesome, and thanks DogFinity Team for the amazing presentation. Wow, help grow the IC community. We have the same goal at this point, actually. Yeah. So
yeah, and you guys are doing amazing work. I think definitely need to keep doing this kind of events and so on.
Yeah, DogFinity team are working to build a movement for the IC and Web3. They will help grow the IC community from two parts, as I know. The part one is to onboard more people into Web3 from the outside and into IC from other blockchains. And they're focusing on raising awareness of the IC ecosystem in the crypto sphere, and spreading the DogFinity and IC image across the global. And part two is to strengthen the IC community, both for the current and future users, by creating content covering IC NFTs, define and depth to strengthen and increasing adoption of the IC. We are looking forward to more about the development and expansion of the DogFinity in the future. Same as before, before we move on, I'd like to explain for our Chinese audience as well. So, 在刚才分享中呢，我们得知，就是想要进入社区的成员呢，可以通过 DogFinity 的 NFT 加入 Early Doors， 然后就是旨在聚集更多的 IC 生态系统的一些人才，然后在每个活动中传播 DogFinity 的这种品牌和标识，积极努力的让更多的用户加入到这个生态系统中。他们通过就是2个部分哈，然后去做这件事情。第一个就是通过在全球去传播 DogFinity 和 IC 的品牌，然后让更多的人从外部加入，也就是不管是从 Web3 的外部，还是从其他的公链加入 IC 的生态。然后第2个部分就是通过创建涵盖 IC NFT 和 DeFi 还有 DApp 的一些内容，来加强和增加 IC 的这样的一个使用，就是推广 IC 的这个使用运用。那这也是非常有助于整个生态系统的一个可持续性的发展的。我们就是期待未来呢。DogFinity 团队会有更多的 Web3 市场发展和社区的发展，然后早日成为 IC 生态中很有影响力的社区哈。那接下来呢，就有请我们的下一位嘉宾 Rich， 来自 Go Bazinga 的联合创始人。So next we welcome Rich to share us about the Go Bazinga and more about the decentralized social media. Okay. Rich, are you ready?
Yes, I am. Thank you so much. We'll just start with the presentation. Thank you so much, Dolores, for the kind introduction. And, it was wonderful to listen to everybody in the panel. And we also hope to collaborate with everybody, right after this particular call. So thank you so much, Dolores, for introducing us to each other as well. So we are Team Go Bazinga. We are one of the world's first completely decentralized short video social media speculation platform. So now you would have already heard about social media platforms and speculation platforms differently, but what is a social media speculation platform? So we'll delve deeper into this particular aspect, that where does speculation comes from. But essentially, you can just imagine that we are helping 3 billion people across the globe to monetize their time on social media, which right now everybody spends. So if you really look at the ecosystem today, there's a lot of money in the social media ecosystem. Totally all social media companies generated over $140 billion in revenue in 2020, out of which only $2 billion were distributed amongst the users. The rest of the $138 billion dollars came back to the platform owners. So something like a Facebook, TikTok, and other social media platforms earned this money. Now, at the same time, if you really look at a normal user, so for example, if Dolores is a normal user of social media platform, it is a high probability that she would be spending more time consuming content as compared to creating content. And I'm pretty sure it would be a similar thing for even Andre and Max and so on and so forth, all the people presenting here. There's a really small number of people across the globe who are content creators as compared to content consumers. Most of the people, which is 3.1 point out of 3.12 billion people who are present on social media platforms, more than 98% of these people are just consumers of content, and they do not create content actively. And on an average, they spend 2.5 hours daily while scrolling content. So if you're traveling on a train or a bus or a plane, you would just see people scrolling their phones, and they are mostly scrolling different social media websites, thereby consuming a lot of content as compared to creating. Generally, on an average across the globe, people spend 7.3 billion man hours every day. Just imagine the kind of number that I'm saying: 7.3 billion man hours every day just consuming content. Out of 3.12 billion people who are really active on social media platforms, 50 million are professional content creators, and which is just close to 1.5% of all these people. Only these people are able to earn money from social media platforms. So now, how do we enable the rest of the 98.5% people across the globe to earn money out of social media? This is the problem statement that we were thinking about for a very long time, and that is where Go Bazinga as a platform comes in. So if you really look at the current ecosystem, the current landscape in technology with respect to social media platforms or their enablers, most of the enablers just help the professional creators to earn more money as compared to helping the passive content creators. In our language, we call these people as lurkers, people who just lurk on social media platforms, thereby consuming more content as compared to creating. So most of the ecosystem right now, most of the technology platforms are helping just the 1.5%, which is 50 million professional content creators to earn money. But what about the rest of the 3 billion people who are just consuming content? Who can help them to earn money for the kind of attention and time they are spending on the platforms just scrolling for content? So compared to all these, when you think about all these problems, you also see where can you find the solution. And we personally, as a part of Go Bazinga team, we personally saw a solution in the fantasy sports vertical. So we looked out at the fantasy sports industry, and we figured out that so many people are engaged while they are contributing their attention to the fantasy league platforms, and more than half of them are also able to earn financial rewards for the attention that they are spending. So I come from a country like India, wherein there are 1.5 billion people. Out of these 1.5 billion people, the entire country is cricket hungry. So cricket is a sport which is just fairly common across India. So a lot of people from these 1.5 billion people are right now playing fantasy league, sports. So essentially, they select their team. They actually have a look at who is winning while the actual match is going on, and thereby they are able to earn financial rewards. There, similarly, in the US, DraftKings is a platform which is fairly famous. There are different platforms even in China and Europe, which are fairly big, and they attract a lot of user base just because they are able to give out financial rewards for being engaged on these platforms. And when as a team we looked at these two things together, the problem in the current ecosystem of social media and then the fantasy league, we came with the concept of Go Bazinga, which is a short video social media platform just like TikTok, but we also have a speculation layer built on top of that, through which you can speculate on people's content in the application. Now, how does that happen? So the social media part we have formalized into challenges. So which means that you can start a short video challenge and then people can participate. Now, how does that happen? We'll just take an example. So Dolores can come on the Go Bazinga app. She can start a short video challenge of her doing a moonwalk by clicking a video, by shooting a video of her doing the moonwalk and uploading it on the Go Bazinga platform. Similarly, Andre, Max, the DogFinity team, everybody present over here can participate in the challenge which Dolores started by putting up their own versions of doing the moonwalk, shooting them, and putting up against the a video that Dolores put up for the moonwalk on the Go Bazinga platform. Now, other people from all across the globe, they can just press a button of participating in a particular challenge, and they can also upload their videos, and they can have their own version of the challenge that anybody can start. And while all these things happen, there's a lot of video content which is created. So challenge people who start the challenges create the challenge content, and then people who participate in these challenges create the participation content in terms of all is in terms of short videos. Now, what is the advantage of starting your challenge? So if Dolores starts a challenge which goes viral, she earns rewards from the Go Bazinga platform in terms of Go Bazinga tokens, thereby earning financial rewards on day one. Similarly, people who are participating in the challenge which Dolores started, uh, on the basis of upvotes, they can win the challenge and again receive tokens from the Go Bazinga platform in the form of Go Bazinga tokens. So essentially, anybody coming on the platform, putting up content in form of either challenges or participations can earn Go Bazinga tokens, which is a financial reward on day one. You do not have to wait for 1 to 2 years before you start earning your first dollar. So that is the first advantage that Go Bazinga has as compared to any other social media platform, wherein you have to wait for quite a few months or years in some cases to earn your first dollar. So while these challenges and participations are happening, the lurkers can come in and bet their tokens on people's participation in the particular challenge. So for example, Rishi can come in the challenge which Dolores started, which was a moonwalk challenge. Andre participated. I can bet my 10 tokens saying that Andre will win this particular challenge or will be the top 10 percentile of this particular challenge, and here is my 10 tokens. If that happens, I again receive a reward from the platform in the form of tokens. So I receive 10 more tokens from the platform, and hence I'm able to earn money by betting on Andre's participation in the challenge that Dolores started. So again, all challenges are just like horse races on the GoBazinga platform, and then you can bet on a specific horse in that particular horse race, if I have to give a analogy. And that is how we are enabling 3 billion people across the globe who are just passive observers to come in, have a look at whosoever is doing better in different challenges, and then subsequently bet on their participations while they are participating in a particular challenge, and thereby able to earn financial rewards. So this was one aspect of the entire business that GoBazinga platform was able to address, thereby helping more than 3 billion people all across the globe, a chance to monetize their time and attention on social media platforms. The other way of the building a decentralized platform is community governance. So right now, all the centralized social media platforms that you see, even a TikTok or a Twitter, or something like an Instagram, there is always a centralized authority which can take decisions basis you know basis their understanding or knowledge on a particular subject. So if Twitter wants, they can remove the president of United States from Twitter. Similarly, if Mark Zuckerberg wants, they can remove a particular piece of content or a few people from the entire platform. But in our case, we are a DAO, which is a decentralized autonomous organization, and also at the same time, all people holding tokens will have governing power on the platform. So which means you can come up with proposals, and basis certain number of votes and the tokens that you hold, you will have a voting power, and basis the number of votes, you can get proposals passed which would get implemented, thereby enabling all people, all community members of GoBazinga to actively participate in the governance of the platform, and thereby not leaving the platform up to decisions of a few individuals or a particular organization, as a way forward. So again, this was something which is fairly easy to set up on something like internet computer, and that is why it is our platform of choice. Now coming back to how we are implementing all these things on a particular platform, and that also on a level 1 blockchain, something like an internet computer. The storage cost on internet computer, I'm sure some of you sitting over here in the panel would know, it is close to $5 per year per GB of data. For storing the same content on something like a Solana, it costs you close to $800,000. On something like an Ethereum, uh, for storing 1 GB of data for a year, it will cost you close to $300 million. So now just imagine if you have to store video content in a decentralized way so that it is tamper proof and all privacy concerns are being managed by the network itself. It is quite impossible on other platforms, and thereby internet computer comes in, wherein we can store our entire video content in a decentralized way at a really low cost. Thereby we are one of the world's first platform who is able to enable not just the financial transactions on the blockchain, but also the entire platform, including the content which is being put up on a level 1 chain. So this is the unique aspect which has not been done across the globe till date, and because of the internet computer and the technology that the entire Dfinity Foundation has built, entrepreneurs like myself can come in and build on top of that, and thereby enable new users to come into the ecosystem and thereby earn financial rewards from day one, just by using a social media platform like GoBazinga. Moving on, how does the entire GoBazinga platform help people to monetize their time and attention? So I have also already discussed the participating and winning challenges by giving an example of how Dolores can start a moonwalk challenge and how Andre can participate, Max can participate, the DogFinity team can participate, and so on and so forth. And people who win the challenge by getting the maximum number of votes get received tokens from the app. Similarly, you can also engage with the content and thereby earn tokens. So essentially, you can call in more of your friends on the platform, thereby earning more financial rewards. So each and every small aspect on the app that you can interact with can help you earn rewards, which is in the form of Gokazinga tokens. Also discuss the speculation angle. So the challenge that Dolores started, Andre can come in, participate, then Rishi can come in and bet on Andre's performance in the challenge or Max's performance in the challenge or anybody else's. So I can speculate, put up my tokens and thereby win more tokens if that happens. And then all video content on the platform, since it is stored on chain, are NFTs. Again, this is all something which has not been done till date across the globe, and because of internet computer we have been able to create a unique value proposition for all social media users across the globe. These are the screens. I can just share the link also with you guys post the presentation. You can just come on to the home page. There's a button, create a challenge, put up your video, have your challenge name, have some description. The challenge goes live. Again, the moderation is done by our community members. They are rewarded for the moderation as well. So this is again one part which has not been done by any other social media platform. You can participate in a challenge by just pressing a button which is participate now for that particular challenge. So if Dolores starts a moonwalk challenge, I can come in, press the button participate now, put up my video, my participation goes up against Dolores challenges, and then you can see a leaderboard of who is winning the challenge, who is coming in second, third, based on the number of votes. It's as simple as that. Again, the platform is fairly simple. The layer base is Internet Computer Protocol, post which we have an application layer which we have built. Right now it's on Motoko, but we are also looking to have some Rust components in between. And then we have the entire financial infrastructure powering the entire platform in the form of Go Bazinga tokens. Blockchain makes fairly simple sense for us. There'll be people participating in all these challenges from all across the globe. So just imagine somebody in China can start a moonwalk challenge. Dolores sitting in China can start a moonwalk challenge. I sitting in India can participate in that. Andrew sitting in in the US can also participate in that challenge, and we all can receive rewards in Go Bazinga token and exchange it into our own fiat currencies, irrespective where we are sitting across the globe. The data privacy also remains, since it is again all of this is stored on the chain, wherein you log in through internet identity and you do not need to just prove your own information to the platform. So essentially you can just come in and put up content while being anonymous. So essentially no person individually can control, or the entire company can control what somebody is putting in, or what should happen to this particular user or this particular content. It is all governed through community moderation. We explored many other chains while we were thinking of coming out with the Go Bazinga solution, and the Internet Computer Protocol wins hands down with its finality, speed, the TPS, which theoretically does not have a limit on. So as you add more number of nodes to the entire internet computer ecosystem, the transactions per second also increase. So theoretically there is no limit to transactions per second on the internet computer ecosystem. There's unlimited ability to scale. I think the DogFinity team already talked about this, that this is something which all entrepreneurs building on top of internet computer are already looking at. The average transaction fee is fairly low as compared to the major level 1 chains, and then in the form of canisters you can have smart contracts and thereby have an entire DAO fairly easily. So this made us choose internet computer over all other chains side by side. There are a lot of social media platforms across the globe, something like Instagram, TikTok, then there are a lot of betting platforms, but nobody has been able to converge these two, and we are one of the world's first who are trying to do something, and that also on the internet computer. So we are trying to be something which is an amalgamation of not just social media but also speculation and betting into a single platform with community governance in place and on a level 1 chain. The demand and supply of GoBazinga tokens is fairly simple. So as you are doing any actions on the app with respect to transactions, there is a certain amount of tokens which gets burned. So essentially there's a token burning mechanism, and then there's a token demand mechanism. So essentially you can demand tokens for creating challenges if you want to give out a bigger prize in the challenge that you started, so that you can get more eyeballs. You would have you would need to buy tokens and put up on that particular challenge. If you want to bet your tokens, and if you do not have any, then again you would need to go to the exchange, buy tokens, and so on and so forth. There are some paid challenges through which you can participate. So again, you would need to buy tokens in case you do not have tokens to participate in that challenge. So there's a demand side, and then supply is that for any interaction on the app, basically for winning the challenge, for participating, creating a challenge, all these are incentivized, and thereby more tokens are supplied to the platform. We have a really strong team of 4 individuals who have come up from different countries all across the globe. So I am currently sitting in India, although I was in the US last month. Then Daniel is one of the co-founders who is based out of the US. Utkarsh is one of the co-founders who is based out of Vancouver. We are all in our this is our third startup together, and we all of us come with more than a decade of experience while building startups. So yeah, so that is more or less about us and GoBazinga. And back to you, Dolores.
Okay. Oh, that's really amazing, Rich. You really do a great job. So, really thanks, Rich, to introduce us in details about GoBazinga. As we know, GoBazinga is a challenge-based short video and the speculation social platform, which enables every user on the platform to monetize their time, attention, and efforts rather than concentrating the financial rewards amongst the top few creators. For example, now with the Web2 in the attention economy, we have become accustomed to the concentration of the revenue in the hand of the advertisers and the platform owners. Basically, everyone other than the professional creators and the top KOL who are able to monetize their social media footprint. So we really think it's a great product, and it's full of the creative. 那在Rich 刚才的分享中呢，我们知道 GoBazinga 是一个基于挑战的短视频的社交平台，类似于 Web3 中的 TikTok， 它可以使平台上的每个用户呢都可以将他们的时间和注意力以及浏览的足迹等等转化成收益，而不是只让这些关注度啊以及由此带来的一些经济回报等等只集中在前几名的创作者身上，就是我们所熟知的一些social platform 里面的一些，比如说大 V 啊或者 KOL。那在目前我们的 Web2 的世界中，也就是流量经济哈，那收益主要都集中在广告商和平台的所有者手中。基本上除了专业的创作者和有影响力的头部的这些账号以及 就是他们 KOL 这类人啊，那其他所有人其实都没有就是共享到社交媒体中的这样子的一个收益。那我们期待Go Bazinga 的下一步发展也是非常令人期待的。当然呢，我们今天也是准备了同样的一些圆桌问题，然后邀请嘉宾为我们作答。Okay, so I'm going to move on to our panel and more about the projects in IC ecosystem. So we have more questions for you guys today. Welcome to join us for the Q&A. The first one is the first question is the Supernova Global Internet Computer Hackathon is underway. This shows the active and repeat growth of the developers in the IC ecosystem. So why did you choose IC to build applications? And this question is for both of you. So maybe we will start with Andrew. Andrew, would you please answer this for us firstly?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Doris. So the internet computers technology is very advanced. First of all, it leads the industry in terms of transaction frequency, and it has low cost distributed storage capabilities. The metaverse products built on IC can be compatible with online storage of 2D pictures, 3D models, and other forms of data assets with high scalability. Developers can achieve unprecedented results based on these technologies. Users' assets can be relatively safe, so there is no need to worry about the standard risk in the Web 2.0 era, such as server shutdowns and storage company bankruptcy, etc. In addition to security, cost, and future-oriented scalability, the internet computer itself is also a future-oriented system. IC is not burdened by those early blockchain technologies, such as mining, and all that specifications are for the convenience of third-party developers to create efficient products, which is in line with KVERSO's product tonality. Our cooperation with IC is joyful and really efficient, and we will cooperate with them, to launch more decentralized applications in the future as well.
Wow, great.
That's my answer. Thank you.
Great. Okay. Magic, do you have any additional ideas? We'd love to hear your thoughts as well.
Yeah, sure. So the reason why we have chosen the internet computer is because it is actually at the moment is the only blockchain capable of hosting dApps fully on chain. So you don't need to use centralized servers like AWS and Azure or any other ones. You can have a full ownership of your own canister and be absolutely in charge of what you're putting up, and you don't running into a risk of like server going down or Andrew mentioned that the server company can go bankrupt and then your website eventually will go down as well. So I think this is really powerful. I also like the tokenomics and the formation of a DAO. I hope that sounds really exciting for me. So I hope that will the development of the DAO functions will progress for the future. I'm really excited about this, really. So yeah, it's great.
Awesome. Awesome. And DogFinity, would you like to give us more about this?
Yeah. So we spent a while in the crypto world. Started more investing, then using these applications, then getting to know more developers. And we really thought about, okay, what is the end game of blockchain? And when you start thinking about it, it's especially smart contract blockchains, right? There was this vision of the world computer, which was first proposed by the Ethereum team. But they quickly realized that Ethereum did not have enough capacity to be the world computer. It's too expensive to use because it cannot handle many transactions per second, and even the new blockchain models that offer higher throughput, they still cannot solve data storage or scale that well after some point. And the internet computer is the first decentralized network to solve all these issues, right? So it's really breakthrough technology. It solves scalability for transactions. It solves scalability for storage, as they said in the beginning of Ethereum NFTs. A lot of the JPEGs were stored on centralized servers, which could go down any moment, which makes to be a bit ridiculous that the token might be in an immutable ledger, but the media was stored elsewhere. And on the internet computer, you have everything on chain, and you can start building applications on chain from end to end. And this offers more security for users, and in some aspects more easier for developers to develop, because they do not have to worry so much with middleware services in this part of the process. And at the same time, the internet computer really thought things through to offer a much better user experience for users, where the computation costs is paid by developers, so you don't need to keep paying expensive gas fees if you're a user every time you're using the applications. And at the same time, you're really bringing some breakthrough technology which can be very interesting for DeFi, for decentralized finance, which is direct integration and no need for breaches, because we see the amount of hacks that there have been in crypto world with all these bridges and so on. So I think the internet computer is a beautiful technology. It's just a great network, and it has a very powerful community, and we're very excited to see it grow and see it achieve its potential, because we believe it's the only blockchain that can achieve the Web3 dream. Of course, we're not saying all other blockchains will die, but if you want to build through decentralized applications, it's going to be in the internet computer. And time over time, we see how the other smart contract blockchains start suffering from the centralized point of failure that they have. Recently, MetaMask, which is the wallet of Ethereum, which relies on a centralized API and centralized server, shut down for a while, so users could not use the Ethereum blockchain. For example, where in the internet computer, you can always use internet identity, so you don't have that issue. Or a lot of Ethereum front-end DeFi apps have suffered hacks and so on, because the front end is not on chain and so on. So the internet computer solves all these issues, and we really want to see it achieve its potential, and I think it's the top blockchain to be.
Cool. Before we move on, Rich, we have already see the advantage of the IC in your PowerPoint, but would you please answer this for us again?
Sure. So I have already covered this, in our presentation, but I would just like to, throw my 2 cents on why it is necessary why it is ideal for people to build on IC as compared to everybody else on other L1 chains. So basically, I've already talked about the storage costs as compared to other L1 chains. So something like Ethereum, it's still $300 million for 1 GB of data. Something on Solana, it's $800,000. For again 1 GB of data for a year. But IC really solves the way wherein they are creating a unique infrastructure wherein the storage cost for anything on chain, any dApp that you set up on chain, is fairly low as compared to other chains. It can be compared to the cloud service of the world, something like an AWS or Google today. And similarly, the out-of-box solutions that Internet Computer provides has been uncomparable with other chains. So with the SNS standards in place, people would be able to create just new DAOs on the fly with the token standards in place. Similarly, with some other features with respect to storing data on chain, the IC is providing the base layer, something like again an AWS or a Google Cloud, for any entrepreneur to come in and start building and have an entire DApp on chain in less than maybe a few days, if you really have the right concept, which is uncomparable. For any other chain, you would need to spend a lot of time, build your components, partner with other projects on the ecosystem before you are able to come up with your solution. So that is uncomparable. So hence we chose IC to move forward with.
Okay, yeah, definitely. The IC is more abundant capacity than other blockchain on the technical level, and it can fully implement some excellent function with a Web3 level decentralized framework. And the IC network supports storage in the blockchain itself, and it's adaptive, it's efficient and low cost. We're really eager to see more projects built on the IC。好的，那是的，刚才我们的几个嘉宾也提到，在 IC 的技术层面上是比其他的区块链的有一些能力是更强的。它可以通过 Web3 去中心化的框架，然后充分去实现一些优秀的功能。比如说我们之前所看到的就是3D 的那样子的一个形象等等，还有 IC 它网络本身就支持区块链上面数据的存储，还有就是 IC 它就是自适应和高效还有低成本的一些性能啊，比较低门槛的一些好扩展的等等的一些性能也非常吸引就是各种各样的开发者。那我们期待无论是现在的 Supernova Hackathon 还是未来更多的 Hackathon 或者一些活动，也可以看到更多基于 IC 上面的项目的诞生。So let's move on to the next question. The question 2 is recently metaverse, NFT, and the social networks has been very popular in the blockchain industry. So do you have any plans to combine your projects with other different direction in the future? Magic, would you please answer this for us firstly?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we are really excited about the future, about NFTs, obviously metaverse and stuff. But recently, we have been really excited about the decentralized autonomous organizations, DAOs, and we hope that this will develop further in the future by Dfinity. And our kind of long-term ambition is to create the island collective DAO and then hand over the governance of the island to the community. So it will be kind of community DAO based. This is sort of beyond the scope of our current roadmap, but hopefully once we finish, we can then the plan is to develop that and see how it goes, because I think it's a really kind of interesting thing to do. And then we would also like to release we would like to open source the code and release some kind of template and guidelines for other developers, so everyone can create its own space in its own canister and be fully ownership of that canister of its own world. So yeah, that's the kind of ambitions. But let's see. And the future is interesting. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and that's really amazing. Thanks for that. Okay, Andre, do you have any additional ideas to share with us? Andre, you didn't open your voice.
Oops, sorry. Okay, so my answer to the question is, of course, because our vision is to build a live scene parallel to reality where everyone can, freely define their identity in our metaverse. And it is impossible to form, a closed loop with just one or two technical concepts. So our team KVERSO plans to build a K-Universe as kenners, which, that's how we call our K-Universe citizens. We call them kenners. We try to build a living space, using Cabby portraits, which is our NFT, lands, clothing, and other NFT assets to confirm their rights. Based on internet and social and casual games, the basis for scenes and assets. And these three pieces are essential to KVERSO, and they are indispensable. Yeah. And in the future, kenners can build houses, landscapes, and game task levels in our K-Universe, turn their creation into NFTs to gain profits and meet friends, audiences, customers, etc. through social and gaming functions in the K-Universe ecosystem. And you can come to earn as a creator or a producer, or come purchase as a consumer and become the person that you want to be. And have fun and be yourself at the same time. In this way, everyone's behavior is beneficial to all participants in the metaverse, so that the atmosphere of K-Universe can attract more and more people, even the people that are that doesn't believe in decentralization in the beginning. A larger consumer group means a larger market, more outstanding content creators, more artworks, and more fun, for people to stay in. And I believe we can do that in the future. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Awesome. And DogFinity, would you have to give us more about this?
Yeah, so definitely that's something we're starting to explore. We don't have and have not released any concrete plans yet. But as we said, we're starting to release more 3D rewards and consider next generation for 3D dogs for the DogFinity holders. And as well, a lot of community members started asking for integrations with other metaverse environments. And for example, this city, which was also first a 2D NFT in the internet computer, which are now building this 3D world running on Unity, which you can all on chain. And we're going to keep exploring this because we see that these digital interactions that are going to happen in the metaverse, not only social but also financial, are going to be very frequent in the future and very big in the future. And we plan to bring our community to these ecosystems as well and allow them to interact with them through our collections as well.
Okay, cool, amazing. So, Rish, we'd love to hear your thoughts as well. Any plan to expand into the metaverse or DOS or others?
Right. So we have been exploring a lot of options around expansion. So we are already a social network, and we already have NFTs. All videos on our platform are NFTs, and then we'll have NFT rewards also going forward on the platform. So maybe as you are jumping from one level to another on the platform by earning tokens, you would be receiving more NFTs on the platform, and thereby we would be we would love to partner up with other NFT projects in the ecosystem. But that being said, metaverse is one unique opportunity which we can expand on to going forward. So metaverse environments also run similar to social media networks, wherein you interact with other people either in your network, or you are entertained through other people through their content. And we expect that once metaverse becomes mainstream or is in the domain of becoming mainstream, no other ventures all across the globe would not have a choice of not expanding into metaverse. So I think yes, that would be an obvious choice for us as well with respect to time. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Thank you for that. Okay, yeah, of course, we really hope that every NFT or Web3 community can jointly build a Web3 generation and a future-oriented human life thing. So we are willing to stick to it and maintain the healthy growth of the ecosystem and the vitality of the community. Before we move on, I'd like to explain. 刚才我们几位嘉宾也提到了，就是未来会通过更多的举措来吸引更多的人加入到社区，然后去建设 IC 生态。那无论是 NFT 或者其他的 metaverse，或者后面用社区所组织大家就是形成的道哈，最终的结果都是希望共同去建设一个未来的这样子一个下一代的互联网的这样一个生态。So let's move on to the next question. The number 3 question. Crypto art is one of the representative products of the fusion of the art and technology. What are your vision for the future of the art world on the IC? So, Rich, could you please answer this for us firstly?
Sure, would love to. Yes. So again, crypto art is something which has just recently come up. 2020 was the year when it became mainstream in the form of NFTs, which are non-fungible tokens, and the world started taking notice of how art on the internet was evolving. So pre 2020, most of the people who were creating art on the internet, they could not easily monetize the same, and it was a really big problem. So I could just copy paste a JPEG and say that this is the art that I have created as compared to the original creator, and there was no option for anybody to have a look. But since 2020 now, the word NFT, which is something which represents crypto art, has become quite mainstream across the globe, and that is where we see that a lot of interest in crypto art has been generated, especially since the lockdown happened in 2020. Now on the internet computer, again coming back to our original point, which all of us have been making over here, that having an entire DApp or any kind of medium of art on chain is the primary objective, so that anybody across the globe can go ahead and have a look who is actually the owner and who has transferred the ownership of this particular piece of art to somebody else. On all other chains, it is fairly expensive to store art on the platforms, and again the transactions costs are also fairly high for regular users to interact with. But internet computer is one platform wherein you could just store not just a piece of art which can be in the form of a JPEG, but also in the form of music, also in the form of videos, all kind of content on chain, which has not just been possible compared if you consider the costs which are there on the internet computer. So we personally feel at GoBazinga that internet art, crypto art all across the globe, if it has to go mainstream, and if all the users across the globe have to get access to this art, wherein they can go ahead and maybe buy it someday, or transfer the ownership of the same to other people, it has to be on internet computer, because there is no other chain which is better than IC to host your art, and then transfer the ownership from when it comes to transaction cost. So yes, we really feel that this will be the next chain to take care of crypto art of the future.
Great, cool. So, Magic, would you please answer this for us?
Rish, he answered that question really well. So I'm not sure if I can add anything else. I just want to say, it's internet computer allows you to store your NFTs on chain, and this is the biggest advantage over the other blockchains. So you end up being like having a full ownership of your art, and that's what is unique, and what it's that's why it's better than other blockchains, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, cool. DogFinity, we love to hear your thoughts as well.
Thank you. So it's, I think, as Richie said and so on, the digital art world is growing a lot with NFTs. I think PFP collections, which are collections for profile pictures, uh, take over the spotlight in most times. However, there is a real inflow of artists now launching their one of ones, which are individual pieces with no other copies or just very limited copies on these other blockchains. Um, and it's growing a lot. So a lot of people are realizing that the digital medium, it's a great place. It's a great way to exhibit your work and to increase your audience instead of just relying on physical exhibitions. And so in some ways, we are living a digital art renaissance. Um, at the same time, most artists are still going to the most well-known blockchains, and that has been so far Ethereum, and now Solana and Tezos, which offer uh, cheaper ways for users to buy and for artists to sell their work. We really want to as well to start creating more awareness of the great user experience of buying NFTs, buying and selling NFTs on the internet computer. If you bought or traded NFTs on these other chains, especially Ethereum, you might be paying sometimes $50 to $100 in gas fees for just a single purchase, and then a bit more as well, like $20 to $50 to sell your NFT. Well, in the internet computer, you don't even pay any gas. So users, as soon as more users know that, they're gonna love it, and as well. But at the same time, since the community is so small, it's hard to onboard a creator without its audience to come here because the market's still small. So I think the best approach would be to start targeting these big artists, which already have their own audience, their own fan base, to start bringing their work here. But we're slowly seeing that happen. And one example is Ludo, which is the artist behind BTC Flower. Now we have Duo, which is dropping his collection in the next few days as well. And he has listed work on Foundation, I think, which is a curated NFT platform marketplace on Ethereum. And now there's the Vibrant exhibition in Argentina for Internet Computer Collections, and we also applied the early dog trophies to that exhibition, and we hope we keep creating awareness of how good it is to transact and to sell and to buy digital art in the internet computer with all these extra perks of having the artwork hosted on the same blockchain and not another place.
Yeah, definitely. Last but not least, we love to hear Andre, your thoughts as well. Andre, turn on your voice.
Sorry again. Yeah. So I hope that after the influence of ICP growth or internet computer growth, the metaverse can lower the barriers to entry for art consumption and help the metaverse residents, become better and more affluent people. For example, in reality, how art auctions has really high requirements on users class and financial resources. The scale of graphic creators and painters on the internet is like much larger, and they have a lot bigger in people than traditional canvas creators. With so many artists standing on the shoulder of their predecessors, there must be a future. Maybe we have a Picasso or like Van Gogh or Michelangelo among some of them, right? And the metaverse can market art accessible to more people and create more consumer demands, where blockchains and NFT can lower payment threshold, help consumers, confirm ownership of their assets, and make it easier for creators to earn income. The metaverse will continue to carry forward the spirit of equality in the internet era and return many lifestyles that has been distorted by the centralized order of reality to true nature benefiting, and I just hope to see more of these on the IC ecosystem. And I also hope to see some heavyweight plays of NFT assets on IC, like decentralization enthusiasts hope Web 3.0 replace Web 2.0 as soon as possible. But this is not an easy task. The Web 3.0 consumer group is relatively small, and there are a few creators. So the iteration speed of the product is so slow, and it's difficult to break through the blockade of Web 2.0 applications without heavyweight applications to attract ordinary consumers. Web 2.0 has been developed for about 20 years, and it's really easy to convenient, and it's really easy to use, and it's really convenient with many contents for us to consume. There are many ways to play tags, videos, music, and game assets, in contrast where NFT can currently provide only assets. And the gameplay is still very, very limited. There is a problem that the entire decentralization, including IC ecosystem, like this is an issue that we all have to think about and try to solve it. Yeah, and that's pretty much it.
Wow, that's really amazing. So you guys really make a wonderful conclusion about these questions. All I have to say is technology really make a great change for all of us. So let's hug it and welcome everyone to use technology in our life. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks again for our guests to give the wonderful sharing about their projects today. We do hope your projects will have a more development and more cross-boundary collaborations in the future in different fields. Okay, let's stay tuned and catch up with the development of all of these projects. Thanks again, Andre, Magic, Rich, and the DogFinity for today's amazing sharing about what you have done. And take care. See you next time.
Thank you, Doris. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Oh.
Really, very nice meeting all of you. Take care. Have a great
Thank
day.
you, all of you.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye
It was
bye.
amazing. Thank you.
拜拜。好的，再次感谢几位嘉宾今天的到来和精彩的分享，让我们期待在2022年在更多的领域的进一步发展和合作，也期待 Dfinity 生态能够更加繁荣，然后社区更加丰富。非常感谢来到我们原力开放日的嘉宾，原力区后续也会继续为大家带来有趣的话题和生态资深大咖的分享。欢迎关注我们的公众号，然后加入我们的 Telegram、Discord， 在社群内与我们互动交流，精彩活动第一时间知道。谢谢大家，我们下周二再见 ，See you next time. Thanks for everyone. We do hope you have a great day with us.